What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Meet in the Middle podcast. We're back, episode 4. I'm sick as a bitch. I don't think Dash even knows that.
I did not know that. No. It's crazy.
I have been sick since Wednesday, I think.
Ooh.
I had like a sore throat, and then I've just been like miserable the last like couple days. And my parents were here this weekend, and I had to work last night, and it was just absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Dude, and I don't have COVID. I did like a COVID test. Dude, okay. We're going to start out right away in this episode talking about the hard-hitting issues of why COVID tests at Walgreens are $25. Like, that is remember when, dude, they were free. Remember they were free during the pandemic?
Yep. Yeah.
Like, what, dude, like, what does Big Pharma come to, dude? They're just like, you know what? Here's 2 COVID tests. Spend your life savings on them. And for no reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
That is annoying. Yeah, because it's like, it's a struggle now. It's like, do I even, like, a lot of people don't even want to know. And then making it cost more money, too, is also, like, not helping.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, I kind of want to, like, I want to make sure I work with people, you know. Like, I have 2 jobs. I work with people of all ages. Like, I don't want to get anyone sick. But at the same time, it was like, which I know I'm like probably I'm in the minority of like, well, you got to like take a COVID test. And eventually I was like, okay, yeah, like I probably should. Like I'm a host in a restaurant. I talk to everybody that comes in the restaurant. Yeah. And when I'm taking photos of kids and stuff like that, I'm the first one that they tell. You know, I talk to everybody. I don't take photos of kids. Parents are always there watching, or teachers, I mean. Sometimes there's parents, but no. But I go into Walgreens and I'm like, I'll get a COVID test, $25. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna get a COVID test. And then like the next day, I was like, okay, I probably should. But yeah. I was like, dude, like this is so much money for me. Like I don't have enough money to like just drop $25 on something.
It should be like maybe $10, like.
Dude,
for
$10
like a 5-pack
I'd be like,
or
okay.
Something.
Yeah, dude. I mean, even like Sudafed, which they just came out and said Sudafed doesn't work for like nasal congestion, which is what I've been fucking using it for how long? I just bought some more of that. It helps with like my ears get really clogged. And I'm a fucking, I don't know, dude, I'm a mess when it comes to being sick. But yeah, so like I bought some Sudafed and that was like $12. But it, you know, you get like 20 capsules or something. So you get 2 COVID tests for $25. It's like that's
crazy.
$12.50 per. Like really,
that
like,
better
that's
tell
insane.
Me that I'm not gonna get COVID for the next 2 weeks, because
yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah, and then it's like it might even be like a false, like
it could be wrong.
Because I told my mom that, and she's like, well, it could, you know, you might still have it. It might just be a negative, like fake negative. I'm like, the fuck, what's the point of it then? I'm just like, what, you know what I mean? I'm just like, all right, whatever. But I don't think I have COVID. I mean, I tested negative, so I'm being negative. I'm a negative man.
Negative Nelly.
Yeah, negative Nelly. But so if my voice sounds deeper than normal, maybe it's a good podcast voice. What's up, guys?
What's up?
But I know you have some news about Doug that I haven't really heard too much about. You told me a little bit, but yeah, tell us a little bit about what's been going on with him.
He is asleep on my floor right now at my feet.
Damn. And that's it. That's the news.
That's the news. We got him. It's been so stressful for so long. We got him in to meet with a oncologist at a like much nicer place than our like local vet, which our local vet's great and honestly a lot more affordable. Like it's a very cheap,
dude, vets
nice
are expensive
vet and it's still expensive, but vets are so expensive.
Right. They are.
And it's great, and they do great work and everything, but, like, I was just like, he has a mast cell tumor, for those of you that don't know, or had, hopefully. And that, and so we had to have surgery to have it taken out. It was either surgery or, like, chemo or something, but it was in a good enough spot that it would, like, chemo probably wouldn't have done much. It was better to just remove it entirely.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we were going to take him in, and there was like a consultation that we had that was like 3 weeks out, which was like forever. and it was because I just want to get it cut out, taken out of him as quickly as possible. And we took him, but then an opening, a spot opened up for one morning, so we were able to go run over. I had to be like, hey, I gotta dip out of work for like an hour or two, go take him over there. And so then I had a consultation there, got his blood work done and stuff like that, and that cost me like $400 for the consultation and
damn, dude,
and blood work and stuff to make sure that he was good to go into surgery.
Yeah,
it's not required, but it's good to do. So
sure, yeah,
just to make sure that he's not gonna that he's perfectly healthy. Other than that, so that way when they put him under, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
So did that, and then they were like, okay, I think we did that. When did we do that? We had that like Monday, I think. Yeah, I think it was on Monday that we took him in for that, and then they were like, okay, and then, but the surgeon was actually couldn't put his hands on Doug and do anything because he was actually doing a hip replacement on another dog.
Bruh.
So I was like, holy shit, all right.
Yeah.
And so it was possible that we'd have to go in for another consultation in case they wanted to feel it and see it for themselves to be sure how they want to do it.
Okay.
But we ended up not having to do that. They were just like, okay, yeah, no, it's it wasn't a too tough of a spot or anything like that. They didn't need to do anything extra special with it. But then took him in. He had to take him in on Thursday at 6:30 in the morning. Is when he had to be in there, and then I got him out at 2. And it was crazy. I'd move my days off back because I'm usually off on Wednesday, and then I was gonna usually have a half day on Tuesday and then off on Wednesday, but I had to do. But I was like, I need to be able to push this out. There's no way I can just sit at home all day on Wednesday thinking about him.
Oh my God, yeah.
So I was I have to go into work, even though it was still hard as hell to work too at the same time. And
I'm sure, yeah.
I was just worrying about him the whole time, and then, but luckily my boss was cool enough to let me take off early on Wednesday to go pick him up, and then I had Thursday off to be able to hang out with him and help him recover. Man, he was so drugged and so out of it. I felt so bad. Man, he he's not allowed to walk up and down stairs. That's how severe it is.
Oh, I feel so bad for him.
Yeah, and so now he's got a big shaved mark over his neck and chest and stuff. It looks
this
disgusting.
picture. The picture you sent me, I was laughing so hard, and not funny. Because it's sad, but you're they did him dirty, and they fucking did.
They did. Bro,
they shaved.
I wish
so
I could show the
much
podcast, but I'm not gonna pick him up. He's down there.
That's funny. I think I might have saved that picture.
Maybe you can just show it.
Yeah, maybe I'll show it, but if not, hopefully we'll have the picture up at some point.
But now I've just been kind of taking care of him.
So, do you know if it worked? Do you know if you have to go back in later and get another test or what?
So they sent they removed the tumor. I think they got they got most of it, and then they're going to send it off and get it tested to see what grade it is.
Okay.
And so there's grades 1, 2, and 3. 3 being the worst, this is going to spread and it's going to be terrible.
Oh, no.
Grade 1 is it. But it's so weird because even in the grading, they don't really know much about it. You can have a grade 2 that is severe, and you can also have a grade 2 that's not bad at all. There's a grading within grade 2. And then so it's even then they don't know. They said even some dogs just like to make them. They just keep popping up and there's nothing, and it's a completely different DNA structure than the previous one, so it's not spreading or anything. It's a completely different one. So I'm just hoping that that's not the case. He doesn't just make them or anything.
Right.
But it's removed. It's the only one that's there. Nothing else I've noticed has popped up on him. But he's been
that's good
on that medication, so now he's just sleeping all the time.
Is it the butt medication? You have to put it in his butt?
No. Luckily
Here,
not.
buddy. Thump. Plug him up. Dude, I don't think I've ever met anyone that's had to do that, but I can't imagine trying. What if it was a cat? Trying to stick a pill into the ass of an animal. Dude, they will fuck you. they will fuck you. But no, they will fuck you up. I feel like they would, like, if I tried to do it to Rue, like, I think she would just be, like, utterly confused. But I feel like she would, like, look at me differently after that. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably.
she would just never, like, be able to, like, she wouldn't let me pick her up for, like, years. You know what I mean? Like, just trauma.
Yeah. But Doug still, like, loves the vet. Like, I mean, like, we haven't gone back since, so we'll have to see after this one. But, like, he's still, like, real happy and shit, you know? Like, if you're still giving him treats and stuff, he doesn't care. And that's the nice thing is, like...
He's a fucking fiend.
First few days, he was just gone, like, so dead. Like, could barely walk. I'd have to, like, almost carry him. I have to, like... it was pretty bad. But now he's, like, becoming more of his own personality again, so that's nice.
Oh, okay. That's good.
But he's being a little bit more active than he should, so he's not allowed to run or anything, you know, so I'm, like, trying to make sure that he stays. But as long as I hang out inside and I'm, like, he wants to be near me, so if I'm moving around doing a lot of stuff, he'll want to get up. But he basically just wants to be in whatever room I'm in. So, like, I was running around, like, I, like, mounted my skateboard up on the wall and stuff this morning, and he was, like, trying to walk around with me, like, to every room, and I was like, dude, you need to chill, bro.
He's like, I'm ready to go, let's do it right now.
He wants nothing more than to play with the ball, like, for me to throw it.
I'm sure, dude.
I'm like, I cannot.
So wait, what's the recovery time? Like, it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
2 weeks for that. So it'll be like 2 weeks
from
last Wednesday, I think.
Okay, and then when do you know about when do you know what the stage is, or whatever you said?
It's like 7 to 10 days, I believe.
Okay.
So that was from Wednesday.
So it's for 7 to 10 days, you're going to be anxious as fuck thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm better now that I'm just, like, taking care of him and, like, know that it's not actively going to be hurting him right now.
Yes, that's true. That's a good
big thing is, like, there's the one that was a clear and present danger.
Yeah.
That was there, and now I can kind of relax a little bit because, I mean, like, obviously, I think the most stressed I was surgery, because I was like, you know, shit can go wrong.
Yeah, you just don't know. Exactly, yeah. But I guess that's true. He's out of surgery, you know, he's recovering, and...
But he's expensive, bro. Man, that surgery cost me... $4,500, something like that.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's a lot.
That
of money.
Is insane, dude. I'll put the GoFundMe link in the description if anyone wants to give a little money to Doug.
And that's the thing I want to preface by saying too is I have the money to do it. I've done it. It just helps. Is kind of what it is. Everything that any money that I get's gonna go back into, like, him and his, like, care and that sort of thing. Like, I just it's not like I have the money to do it. I didn't have to, like, pull out a loan or even take money from, like, family members or anything like that. I was fortunate enough to just have that in my account. Money is very tight now, though. Is the only thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
So, and, like, again, like, I want all the money to go towards it. So, like, I'm not gonna all of the money that I put out for his thing, like, that's not going anywhere or change. Like, you're not just paying for me to, like, get food for myself or, like, play games or something like that.
He's gonna buy video games. Yeah,
I'm just gonna buy video games. Fuck you, Doug. No, of course not.
He's going to buy
it'll go towards, like, things like his dog food and things that will help with his care and that sort of thing. Like, I'm supposed to get, like, a harness to walk with him outside. Probably still won't do that because I'm just walking outside with him right now and he'll stay close, but but yeah, no, it's been
that's crazy though.
A struggle. And I'm selling some bikes and stuff too, hopefully, so I can
that's good.
Fund it a little bit that way too.
Get some of that back. Yeah.
So if you want a mountain bike and you live in Austin, Texas, actually you don't even have to live in Austin, Texas. Just hit me up. And it's a Norco site mountain bike. It is priced at $4,500 right now. That's on sale. It's usually $5,500. And even that's probably a little bit negotiable depending on if I have to ship it and that sort of thing. But if somebody wants to do that, it's a Norco Sight C2. It's been ridden twice.
Wow.
It has like a scuff on the handlebars. That's it. It comes with full warranty. You get all that stuff. I'll send you a picture of it so you can show show what it looks like. But
and I'm selling a Little Mermaid bike. It's very small. The wheels are flat, and it's been ridden multiple times. It's over 10 years old. It's sitting in my parents' shed probably.
You asking about 10K?
We tried to throw it away, and it came back somehow. I think it's haunted, but yeah, you can. I think mine might be a little more important, but I'm selling it for $50. So
I thought you were gonna go higher. I thought you would be like that was like a 10K bike at least.
10K, but honestly, yeah, it is worth that. Just sentimental value. Yeah, it's 98.8% sentimental value, and the other one is just basically parts. There's a bunch of parts, loose parts. You have to put it together. Assembly required.
Bikes are so.
Each part sold separately.
Yeah, each individual part. Each bolt is another 50.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to buy you get the wheel and you get the handlebars, but you have to buy everything else.
You have to pay for each spoke on the wheel, and you take those out of it too. So you have to take it to a bike shop and have them like completely construct a.
We basically just we send you a sheet of metal and you have to weld a bike together, but you get like the layout, and we send you a template.
Yeah, it's It's all just aluminum. That's all we'll send you.
Mm-hmm. We're just gonna send you tinfoil, and then you can kind of put it together.
Yeah.
But some different news, and still on the pet topic. It's Rue's second birthday today.
Happy birthday, Rue.
She has no idea. She looks no older than she did yesterday, but she is 2 years old now, which is crazy.
Damn. Time to
it's not the gotcha day, but it is her birthday. What?
It's about to expire, right? Like.
I think like when cats are 2, they're like technically in their 20s or something. I don't know how that works. But
wow, you better.
She still has a small head and she's wide in the hips. So
whoa, buddy.
Yeah, all that food goes straight to her wide ass hips, man.
That's funny.
That's all I'm gonna say. But today's episode is all about the devil's lettuce, baby. All about the good old...
The gift that God has created for us.
Yes, the gift of the gods. That's all about marijuana today. So disclaimer, the rest of the episode we will be talking about fun facts, different things. I think Dash has a quiz for us, maybe some funny stories. So if that's a trigger for you, tune into next week's episode or catch up on the ones you haven't seen yet. But today is all about marijuana. So, yeah, and I think we're going to get right into it. We're going to take a short little cut here, and we'll be right back in a second. All right, we are back, and who wants to go first? Do you want to go first? Do you want to spit out your fun facts or whatever you have, or do you want me to go first?
Do we want to start with the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA?
Yeah. Yes, let's do that.
Okay, let's do that. All right. Before we get into the fun, positive side, I thought that we would start with some negatives,
That's a good idea.
Just list all of the risks that, according to the site, are prevalent in marijuana smokers. So this is what we... I'm not saying we smoke it, but we do. And...
And to kick it off, the first one is when you smoke weed, you're just the fucking coolest person in the world.
That's real. Honestly that's the biggest.
That's the worst
drag.
negative.
Like, yeah, this is the worst
sucks.
negative.
You just go around and everyone's just clapping at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at you and wants your autograph. Everyone thinks you're the coolest.
Dude,
fucking
did you imagine
person in the
smoking
world.
weed and everybody's like, "Look at that fucking guy! I fucking love that
they start
guy."
Clapping.
Yeah, I would be I would get so anxious so fast.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'd be like, what's happening?
I did forget to acknowledge something real quick because I'm on camera and you can't see it right now. I do, for this episode, have a Pint House Pizza, what is that called? With the box in my window because I forgot about it and I left it there and I had it. But we talked about that before. I had the Truman Goat and that shit is fire. Also, that logo looks sick. It's a skull and crossbones on it, drinking a beer.
Nice.
It's nuts. Anyway.
So go check out episode 1 if you want to hear about Pint House Pizza. But anyways, we'll get into it.
And eat it, not ad, but please give me money. Or actually just give me one a week. One, I'll take a small even. I'll take one
and ship
small.
it to me.
Yes. Yeah, you should try everything. You gotta try it all.
Next time I'm there, I will for sure. We'll get it for the podcast, and we'll do like a little mukbang.
Yeah, we'll get high.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Private episode coming out hopefully
Just a review.
in the next
I wish we could.
couple
I don't
months.
think they do by the slice. I don't know.
We're getting too off
We'll
topic
figure
here.
I'm sorry. We're back into the pieces. Short attention span is a problem with marijuana. So
It is, yeah. I feel like I'm the opposite actually, but anyways.
marijuana risks brain health. Marijuana can cause permanent IQ loss of as much as 8 points. How many points are there usually?
I only have 8, so I'm already at zero.
now. Yeah. Let me see.
I started at 4 and I'm at -4.
The IQ points isn't a standard deviation.
Well, some people have like IQs over 100. I think that's good, right?
This says 15.
Dude. So
No, wait, no. It
if you
says
have
85 to 115. What the fuck is this? 15
Okay.
points. It's statistical information from Guiding the Gifted Child 2002. The mean or average IQ is 100. Okay. Standard deviation means in case are 50. Okay, so it's a standard deviation of 15 points relative to 100. So.
Okay. Whatever that means.
Yeah, basically. So basically, it can be like 85 to 115 is where most people are at.
Okay. I'm actually at 200. I actually
think.
just checked. Yeah.
So that means that if we're already let's say initially I was gonna be smart, So I was probably around that 115 area. So
dude,
if I was just like right at that at average, but at the higher end of the average, and I only lost 8 points, I'm not doing that bad, honestly.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
8 points
Not that
really
bad.
is not that big of a hit for me. Most people probably aren't doing that well. So,
Yeah, most
whatever.
people that smoke weed, I feel like they're losing more than 8 points, but either way.
Mental health. Studies link marijuana to depression, anxiety, suicide planning, and psychotic episodes. It is
Wow.
not known, however, if marijuana is the cause of these conditions. I believe it's just people that are doing marijuana to kind of escape some of that stuff, and then it's still a part of them. Is what I feel.
I feel like it's both, because I feel like that could be anything. It's the same thing with alcohol. I mean, they're both depressants. Technically, they are.
Yes, I do think that the depression and anxiety can definitely be a big part of it. I don't think suicide planning comes from doing marijuana.
At least not in our like situations. Like that's
nobody
never
I know has
to my
ever that smoked weed has ever. I mean, like I've known people that have like planned suicide or whatever, but they've never said, "Oh, weed. I was smoking a lot of weed."
cause.
And, like you can get depressed about your life and be smoking a lot of weed and not doing anything and depressed because of that, and then get into that mindset.
Here's the other thing too. Like I think anxiety is heightened by weed for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It can help, and
I think it depends.
I think it depends
But
on
here's the thing. I
levels
think
of the person.
whatever you're feeling before you smoke weed, it's going to be heightened. Like if you're depressed and you're smoking weed, you're probably going to get more depressed. I mean, that's just like
that's kind of true.
Base knowledge. Yeah, but I think like in my personal situation, like I was really depressed going through like a breakup a few years ago, and I started smoking weed just because I had a little more time and whatever. And I feel like it kind of brought me out of my depression in a way, because it kind of like looked and I'm not saying like if you're depressed, don't smoke weed. That's not going to like make it better. I'm not saying that's what it did.
Yeah.
I think it was because I was in therapy and because whatever, but like weed for me like helped me kind of like see a different side of things and like appreciate my work that I was doing and like kind of look at myself and like evaluate myself in a way that I just couldn't do when I was sober. And so I think it can go both ways. I don't think it necessarily I think it's different for every person. I think it depends on how you're feeling in the moment right before you smoke or right before you take edibles or whatever it is, however you consume it. But I think it's heightened. Things are heightened, especially anxiety. I think anxiety, no matter what, if you have anxiety and you're smoking, I've heard people say that when they smoke weed, they get less anxious. Personally, like I get a little less anxious, but then if something happens, I get really anxious and paranoid, which is definitely a side effect of weed. But like it just depends. Sure. It's different every time you do it. You know what I mean? Every mindset you're in.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a tool, and it's kind of how you use it, I think. Like, it's a tool.
For
It's
sure.
an enjoyment. It is a drug. It is a substance. I think it's the same thing as alcohol in that sense. It's very similar.
100%.
Where you can be out having a drink with friends, and that can be very positive and help you socially and emotionally.
Exactly.
But if you
let loose a little bit, just like kind of get out of your comfort zone a little bit and just kind of break free of that social anxiety a little bit. Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're at home just fucking slamming drinks, getting fucked up, nobody's around and stuff, and you're depressed, like, that is not good if you're doing alcohol or
it's all just
weed.
context. Exactly.
It is, for sure.
Exactly.
All right, next one. Athletic performance. Research shows that marijuana affects timing, movement, and coordination, which can harm athletic performance. I think that's when you're on it. I think if you do it and then stop, it might still affect you a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be like as crazy. Like, I still do like mountain biking and shit.
Exactly. And that's, you have to be coordinated for that. I mean, you have to quick decisions. You have to make sure.
For sure.
Exactly. And that's a big one. I feel like reaction time people would say, like, if you're high and you're doing that, that's really stupid. But, like, I mean, the only athletic performance. Well, okay, I'm saying, like,
but
I
don't send like big like, I do the stuff that I'm comfortable with, and with like a light buzz. It's
a light buzz is different and that's knowing how much you can take before
that's like
you
tipsy
become
versus
high.
drunk, and even then
Exactly. But it's even then, like, it's
before that even buzz.
don't ride a bike in the street. Don't drive. Like, obviously that should be a given. Like, don't do that.
That's going to be the next one, actually, driving. Actually, honestly, ride a bike in the street. It is the best time. When you're high.
Don't ride. Don't go on a bike path if you're going to do it. Do not ride a bike in the street. That's so stupid.
Ride on the highway.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out
run along the highway when you're high.
I'm gonna be a bong in hand and
yeah, bong like it's like attached to the bike, so you hitting it as you're like, like the bikes that are like sick. Really low, where you're like your like hands are low on the
like the road bike style, like the curved ones,
like the ones that like people use in like Tour de France, like professional like biking.
Yeah, just road bikes.
Yeah, and so you're like really close to the handlebars, and you could just hit a bong. But no, I think the only athletic performance I've had problems with is like running, but also like I'm not a big like I played like basketball like last semester, like last year in the spring. I guess it was this year 2023 in the spring or whatever, and I was smoking like pretty often or whatever casually. And like running down the court and stuff, it was a little tougher, but it wasn't like, because I've never really been in shape that much, so it wasn't like it was like I was like noticeable. It wasn't like a noticeable huge difference, but I think like I was like, damn, I'm out of breath today, and someone's like, yeah, it's probably because you smoke weed. I'm like, yeah, that could be. So I'm sure like you're inhaling something in your lungs a lot. Your lungs are going to be affected. So like,
oh, for sure.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna be negative to that. All right. Let's see. Driving. Yeah. People who drive under the influence of marijuana can experience dangerous effects: slower reactions, lane weaving, decreased coordination, and difficulty reacting to signals and sounds on the road.
I could not even fathom trying to drive high. Like, when I'm high, dude, like, I would focus on something like when I was driving, and then I would just like run into drive into the lake. You know what I mean? Like, I would not like be paying attention. Like, there's no way I could do that. And the people that have done that or do that, I'm like, first of all, so dumb. Don't ever do that. That's so bad. But like, also like, how did you not get into an accident? Like, I just don't know how like people. Like, maybe I'm just affected differently, but like, holy shit, like, there's no way I could ever do that. Like,
that's what I think too. Is like, I feel like some people's like tolerance and stuff, like, it wouldn't affect them. I'm not suggesting that anybody do this, by the way. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
But I feel like some people, like, I mean, it react. Some people, sorry, what am I trying to say? Everybody reacts
have
differently.
Like a higher, to
weed. So it's, you can have like a higher tolerance or different different things, like your coordination, like, I don't know, depending on the strain of it even too can affect it, I guess.
Yeah. Or like how you do it, like edible, like smoking weed, bong, height.
Yeah.
Like,
is it like a big head high right now, or are you just like your body's slower or something like that? You know?
Right.
Harder to tell. But yeah, but because you don't know that, and because the only way to find out is to do it, don't do it.
Yeah. Do not do it. Like, that's so dumb. I mean, the only thing, like, have you seen those videos of it's like people, it's like what is it? Like police stations. People, I saw this TikTok and it was like these people go there and they get drunk so they can do a drunk driving test for the police station.
Yeah.
They get like fucked up and they do it. I'm like, if you want to do that, look into that locally, because I'm sure that's a thing, just for like people that want to like see how it's done in like a safe environment. You're not on the road with anybody else, and you're like monitored, and like you're not gonna get it. You know, you're not gonna be affected unless you're like fucking like pedal to the metal. You know what I mean?
What are you saying? Like they had them drive or something?
Yeah, so like they had them like
God.
do a course, and it was like, you know, it's like the driver's ed course, like where you go around like circles and they're trying to
like
see
the
like
beer
the
goggle
reaction
stuff
time.
that you do. But
Exactly.
but
Yeah,
actually
exactly like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so they do like
I was so good at
breathalyzer
that shit.
stuff.
I was so good at that shit, dude. I remember I had to do that in.
It's so hard.
I think I had to do it in middle school. With the cones and stuff. But the thing is like, so the whole point of it is to be like, this is so hard, you should never do this. But obviously, I'm going to turn into a game and try to be the best at it.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
So like, because I mean, you're just driving a golf cart. So what they do is they put the cones like exactly the length of the golf cart. So you have to run over something pretty much. Like it turns.
Oh, okay.
It's a loop, you know. So they put it like I mean, you get like a little bit. You get probably 2 or 3 inches on either side, so like it's very narrow, so like you're gonna run over something. And I remember like waiting in line, I was like one of the last people to do it, but I was watching everybody do it and they would go so slow, and some people were terrible and completely buck over, like hit a cone, and then some people would some people would do all right, but like it was but they were going so slow, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking whip this thing. And so I went just like around the whole thing, and I'm not even kidding you, I didn't hit one cone, but the guy was like, because the whole point is that I was wearing drunk goggles and stuff, and like it's fucking disorienting the vision. I was able to do it pretty quick and whip it around, and he was like, you ran over the corner of that one, and I didn't hit the cone, I ran over like the corner of the base of the cone. Around this super tight,
just try to like
narrow
nitpick
course.
you,
yeah, because the whole point is that you're supposed to be. I was like, well, that's dumb, but at the same time, I was like,
Yeah.
I get it, you know, like it's he doesn't want to suggest that. Oh, this is great, you should go drink and drive now.
Dude, I think like whenever I put those drunk goggles on, whenever I've been drunk, it's never looked like that. Like, how drunk would you have to be for your vision to be completely like 10 feet to the left, like farther to the left than you see? Like,
yeah, that's the thing.
that
Is like
is
the drunk
insane,
goggles
dude.
were basically zoomed in and turned to the side, and I think the whole point of it is just to disorient you, because that's what happens when you get drunk.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't how accurate it actually is. You don't really know. Yeah,
because I mean, the only way to do it is to get drunk, and you're not going to get a bunch of kids drunk. That'd be sick, dude. I want that class.
Dude,
I want them to get me drunk and then drive a golf cart around.
All right, kids. Today, for 7th grade English class today, we're actually going to take a field trip. And we're going to go to the police station and we're going to get fucked up. Who's ready? And it's just like kids just taking shots of like,
I was going to say, whoever gets to 7 shots gets a prize. Like,
yeah, like encouraging it. The teachers are like, yeah, let's go. They're doing like body shots.
Off the teacher, that would be so hard.
That's what I'm saying. Oh my God, that's so bad. That's funny though.
Real quick, while we're on the topic of drinking, I got this thing off. Have you seen this thing off the TikTok shop? The shot straw.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so it's basically a straw that you like fill up with alcohol, and then you pull out the plunger on the bottom, and you stick it in your chaser, and you drink it as quickly as possible, and then your chaser is supposed to hit and clear it, and you don't taste. Some people say you don't taste the alcohol. You taste the alcohol, but your chaser just hits and helps it so much faster.
Okay.
I just got one, and like I'm not like a crazy heavy drinker or anything, and I've had Doug and everything too, so like I'm not going anywhere. So I feel shitty, but like sometimes I'll like when I have somebody over, I'll drink and do it and try it, and it's pretty cool. Like it definitely gets rid of that aftertaste really fast. Like
that's
like
good.
You don't have any burn really. You have the taste of the alcohol, but it doesn't burn because you're not even that little bit of time.
That's cool though. I'll have to look into that.
It's sick. Pretty sick. I'll show you sometime, or maybe we'll show a picture or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good
There's
idea.
a lot of pictures. You're gonna have to tell me later.
Yeah. When I'm editing, I'll be like, hey, send me all these things. Yeah. Are there any more things on
There's 2 more left.
Okay.
Before the test and stuff.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Baby's health and development. So this is about smoking while pregnant.
It's about babies actually smoking weed, taking their first toke.
Yes, exactly. You just toss him a little roach down there, and he just reaches out, grabs it, puffs up, hotboxes the inside of her.
Yeah, dude, hotbox in the stroller, dude. That's what it is. Hotbox in the stroller.
Oh, I was thinking hotbox your mom when you're in the womb.
Yeah, dude, hotbox in the womb, dude. Hotbox in the womb. That's the title of the episode right there. Hotbox in the womb.
Yeah. All right.
There's a baby fucking smoking up in there. She eats a fucking like
some
roach,
good edible
and then
food.
it's like fucking Wu-Tang. They fucking suck the roach and the baby's just fucking in the rest of it.
All right,
that's funny.
All right, now actually don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Baby, I don't think a baby could do that, but
may cause fetal growth restriction, premature birth, stillbirth, and problems with brain development resulting from hyperactivity and poor cognitive function, which is basically iPad kids. Tetrahydrocannabinol. I cannot pronounce. Cannabinol. THC and other chemicals from marijuana can also be passed from a mother to her baby through breast milk, further impacting a child's healthy development. So even after the kid has been born, if a mom who is breastfeeding smokes weed, it can do something to the breast milk and be passed along too.
That's kind of sick though. Like the baby's getting like the weed drinks now. Have you seen those?
Yeah. I've been wanting to try
it's like that.
They probably taste
it's like when they're getting milk. Like, damn, what's in this milk, man?
Yeah.
I'm feeling good today. Like, fucking baby. Baby's all relaxed. Like, what happened there? All right, what's the last one?
All right, last one is daily life. Using marijuana can affect performance and how well people do in life. Research shows that people who use marijuana are more likely to have relationship problems, worse educational outcomes, lower career achievement, and reduced life satisfaction.
Huh. I feel like it's the opposite for me.
I think it's the opposite. I think it's the people that because like there's so many people in their lives that I feel like push through and are just like, we have to be happy, I have this good job, I have this wife, I have the kid or whatever, like I have to be happy, like this is happiness because you don't know anything else. And because of that, I feel like, I'm not saying that weed will actually make you genuinely happy or anything, but I'm thinking that like there's a lot of people that like are so anti like any kind of drug or doing anything like that, that will say that their lives are like great and perfect, or I guess that's not true. Most people don't seem like they have their shit together, but they don't act like they have more. I feel like the older generations and stuff like that have grown up with the DARE and the anti-drugs and all that stuff, think that they have because they have a higher career achievement. I feel like it's also just kind of a demographic of people. Like I feel like the people that smoke weed and stuff kind of realize that it's not everything is about. I don't know. It's harder to say. More hippies smoke weed, I think.
I was gonna say, like, well, I think weed makes more hippies. I think it can go both ways. I think true. Like my life, like my outlook on life, and like the things that I think about now, like whether I take something positive or negatively, I feel like weed has definitely like changed my. I mean, I don't want to owe it all to that, but I feel like it definitely is part of that for me, like discovering how to kind of be more comfortable with things, and just like it's kind of just relaxed me. I've been way more chill about things. Like my OCD tendencies are not flaring up as much. My anxiety is lower. My depression is lower. And again, like this isn't everybody's reaction to this. This is not. This is just my personal reaction to this, or my experience. I mean, and I think it's like for me, like. When I smoke weed, it's just like it's a reason for me to just like force myself to relax and just like think about being in the moment. Because when I smoke, I'm like, all right, I'm doing something for me right now, and I do things for everybody else throughout the whole day. But right now, I'm gonna do something for me, something that I want to do, and I'm going to force myself to relax because when I smoke, I can't really do any work. I don't make music. Not really. Like I'll like maybe like listen to it and maybe do like a few adjustments, but it's not like I'm recording or anything. It's like I'll listen to it. I'll just kind of like think about myself and kind of be selfish in that way. And it's taught me to like appreciate myself more and the hard work that I put into it. And I'll watch stuff and I'll just be like, wow, this is great. Like it gives me more of like a positive outlook on life. And I know that's not everyone's experience, but that's just kind of the way I feel like, you know, the hippie movement, that's a lot of what it was. It's just like people just kind of just being like, just take it easy, man. And I love that. Like that's how I want to be. Like I want to be someone that's just like go with the flow. Like I'm happy with whatever. And you know, you're on this earth for just a little bit of time. And you know, I think everyone that smokes weed has this thought at some point, like, oh my God, like the death thought. You know, I'm gonna die. Oh my God, blah blah blah. All these things, and you think about life, and then you think about like, okay, I'm here for 85 years or whatever, on average, and do I want to live my whole life feeling negative and feeling like shit all the time, or I'm like, I'm only here for this amount of time. I might as well try to figure out how to be happy and just be like, okay, well, do I want to look back at this time of my life and be like, I hated all of that, or do I want to be like, I really enjoyed this and I'm going to try to find a positive. And the quicker that you figure that out, the better your life is going to be. And it's not all about weed in this way, but I feel like weed definitely helped me come to that conclusion. And I couldn't find that in the other 20 years of my life that I wasn't smoking weed. You know what I mean? So it's like, I've kind of figured that out, and obviously therapy and other things contribute to that. But I feel like weed definitely had a big part in that. Long tangent.
Yeah. For sure. No, that's good.
But I feel like that's kind of what you were trying to say too, because I know you've had those reactions with that, and I know that in the last few years, me and you have both kind of grown up in that way where we've kind of figured that out a little bit. We've gone through our heavier depressive and anxiety stages, and I'm not saying we don't deal with that anymore. I'm not saying it's like discrediting anything, but I feel like both of us have kind of come to like a good sense of life and the meaning of life and kind of
what you want out of it. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And how to live your day to day and not be worried about all these things you just can't control, So I don't know. Anyways, those were the things to warn y'all about. Yeah. Before you smoke weed, just so you know, these are things that the government tells you are bad.
The things that the government doesn't want you to know.
Yeah, exactly.
That only wants you to know.
So, do you want to take this quiz? I don't know anything about this. You haven't told me anything, so I don't know.
This quiz is so basically it's part of the quiz is going over what we just looked at and talked about. So if we can basically remember the statistics, is a lot of them, but that's but there's some other stuff too. So this one is called "What is your marijuana IQ?" How much do you really want to know about the risks of marijuana? You might be surprised. And so basically, because I've already looked into this a little bit, I'm going to let you do it. I'm going to read you the questions and see if you can get them right. The whole point of this is to try to trick you up. A lot of them are trying to do that. Or like, it's very... I think that the narrative... I'm just going to let you play it. I was going to say. Marijuana IQ quiz. Okay, you need 80% correct to pass. Good luck. It doesn't... looks like 11 questions.
Sorry, we had to cut because my camera... whatever. Anyways, let's get right into it. First question.
All right, question 1. Out of every 10 people who use marijuana, how many will become addicted out of 10? The options are 0, 1, 3, or all 10 in some way.
Ooh, that's a trick question. I feel like it's either 3 or all 10 in some way.
Which one are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna say 3. Where this is like trying it, like people that smoke all the time. I guess that's a big.
It just says out of every 10 people who use it, so I guess it's active users of marijuana. How many will become?
Okay, then I'll say 10 in their own ways.
All 10 in some way.
Yeah.
All right. Incorrect.
Was it 3?
The answer was actually 1. I believe. Let me retry it. Yep. The correct answer is 1. Research says that about 1 in 10 people who use marijuana may become addicted, and 1 in 6 when use begins before age 18. So if you're 18 or younger, you're more likely to become addicted.
Okay.
You have a 1 in 6, 1 out of every 6 people who starts before 18 will become addicted, and then 1 out of 10 after that.
Weird. Okay.
Which I get it. I think it's more of an addictive tendency in some people.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought. Like 10 in their own ways. Like
Yeah.
people kind of do it in their own pace. Like whether that's addiction or whether it's just
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I think that was a fair. Like you will be affected in some way from it, whether or not you'll like crave it or you'll hate it or like whatever.
Yeah.
This question 2 is pretty good, pretty funny, because I have it's slang terms for it. Which word isn't a slang term for marijuana?
Oh, here we go, dude.
Asparagus.
Oh shit. Okay.
Crop dust.
Bruh.
Christmas tree. Or 13.
13. What?
I've never heard anybody refer to weed as any of these.
I've never.
Yeah,
Christmas
tree's
tree.
Kind of fun. I might start using that one now. But
What?
But that's
13?
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree sounds fun. You know?
I feel like Christmas tree definitely because it's green. 13. That one's a trick question because I feel like most people would say that.
13.
The fuck would that mean?
I don't know. Because 13 would be like. Is that like the elements in it, or like the Is that the?
I've never heard of that. Like spelled out like, or is it just like the number 13? That's so weird. So what was it? Asparagus, Christmas tree, 13. What was the other one?
Asparagus, crop dust, Christmas tree, and 13. Yeah.
Crop dust. I feel like it's crop dust. It's got to be crop dust or 13, dude. Asparagus makes sense. Christmas tree makes sense. I mean, I've never heard anyone fucking say that, but I could see how that would make sense.
Weird.
Crop dust, though, I could...
Delta 9. I don't know.
Delta 9. I'm going to say 13 then, because crop dust I could see.
All right. 13. Incorrect.
What is it?
Crop dust.
Yeah, see? But I feel like
The correct answer is crop dust. There are more than 1,200 names for marijuana. So far, crop dust is the only one we haven't heard out of this group. But who knows what tomorrow will bring.
I feel like I have heard crop dust.
What does 13
What the fuck does that mean? Yeah, what? 13?
Like, I'm trying to wonder. I'm like wondering.
Are we
what
just
does
like
13
stupid, or are we just like, I don't know? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's so weird.
Yeah. I'm gonna see. Why is
weed called 13? Because that's when most people start. Just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because 13-year-olds are the coolest people on the planet.
I don't see anyone saying that 13 is a...
so that's fucking rigged.
Yeah, no.
I feel like crop dust makes way more sense than fucking 13. Is it like maybe like a... Like, is it like the shape of the letters? Like, is it something like 13 would represent like how you hold a joint or something? Like, I'm trying to think of like anything that would make sense.
Yeah,
or like
idea.
the shape of something.
I give up.
Yeah,
If anybody knows, please tell us.
Please tell us. This is so weird. All right, what's the next one?
Can marijuana erase IQ points?
Yes,
no, or I used to know.
Yes, I know that it does because we talked about it a few times. Right. I don't know how IQ works though. Like, what does that mean? You know what I mean?
It's just a measure of intelligence, I think.
Okay, so like it erases
there's
intelligence.
Different, like you can Google.
So how, it erases your ability to become more intelligent or something, or like you're just base
critical
knowledge?
Thinking is not as on it. I think.
Oh, dude, I feel like my critical thinking is always on it, dude. I feel like I overanalyze everything, especially when I'm high.
So hard for me. This is gonna be so hard for me to read. Because oh fuck. All right. The concentration of THC in marijuana has tripled in the last few decades. What does THC stand for? Does it stand for... It doesn't stand. It falls down a lot. Ha ha ha.
What? The fuck?
That's the first option.
Nice.
The next one is trihypercannacrystalline. The second one is tetrahydrocannabinol. And the last one is trihypercocannabis.
What was the second one?
Tetrahydrocannabinol.
That sounds right. I haven't got a single one. It's right?
That is
That's
correct.
fucking go, dude. Critical thinking,
Yeah.
dude. Critical fucking thinking.
Current strains of marijuana have much higher levels of THC than your parents experienced 25 years ago.
That's what my parents always say to
Okay,
me.
maybe what your parents experienced, the higher levels of THC today may lead to higher rates of addiction. Hell yeah.
So, wait. Did I get the last one right, too?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
so.
I'm assuming. I just wanted to double check.
I can't go back. It doesn't let me. But I think you're already below your 80%.
Yeah. I'm
pass rate.
50% right now.
What problems can marijuana cause during pregnancy? Lower birth weight, increased behavioral and attention problems, preterm birth or stillbirth, or sadly all of the above and more.
It's probably all of the above and more, but I know for sure that the third one's right. I'm going to say all the above,
Which
though.
one are you going to do? All the above? That is correct.
Let's go, dude.
Everyone needs to know the answer to this, all of the above and more. Using marijuana when you're pregnant can affect your baby's birth and development. Baby your baby. Don't use marijuana. Baby your baby. All right, question 6. If a new mom uses marijuana after birth, can it affect her baby? Yes, it can contaminate the breast milk.
Yes.
Or nah, that kid's good. It's not like we're handing him a joint.
I want to say the second one, but I know it's the first one.
Nah, that kid's good, bro.
Kid's fucking chilling,
A
dude.
joint.
Yeah, give the kid fucking weed, dude. What's the worst that could happen?
The correct answer is yes. Even in small amounts of THC can wind up in breast milk and affect a baby's development. Families, you're not off the hook either. Studies are being conducted that suggest secondhand smoke from marijuana can affect vulnerable people like babies. Yes, because I blow all of my smoke into babies' faces every time. This is a PSA for y'all, those of you out there that smoke weed. Make sure to blow it into the face of a baby next time.
They really like it. And the moms will probably thank you because they're like, yeah, I've been trying to get him into weed, but I just didn't know how to do it, and this actually like helped me out.
Exactly. You don't want to, like, through the breast milk, like, that's like mid. That's like last summer.
Yeah, dude, that's like, that's a shitty way to do it. If you're going to do it, I mean, take an edible, you know what I mean? Edible breast milk.
Nah, dude, fucking hotbox that baby. It's crazy.
Hotbox that fucking womb, dude.
Anyway, don't do that. All right. Question 7. Edibles are a safe way to use marijuana, right? Yes. How bad can a brownie be? Or no, you have no idea how much THC is in that thing.
Well, I mean, okay. If you're taking an edible, like you roughly know how much is in each thing that you eat. But
so that's the thing.
But I don't know.
I'm gonna preface this one real quick.
Yeah.
I think the way that they're asking it is, hey, I'm at a party or something.
Oh, yeah.
This guy just gave me a weed brownie with nothing. Like, he just made it.
That's a dumb thing.
We don't
to
really
do.
know.
Yeah. No, then it's definitely like
That's
stupid to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have no idea how much is in that. Especially if it's someone made it. Like, you don't know who made it.
So if it's homemade, the difficulty with making edibles is that you don't know that it's gonna bake evenly.
Mm-hmm.
You could have a corner of an edible that is bucking all of the THC.
Yeah,
exactly. You can have 1,000 milligrams in that corner, and then absolutely nothing in the other.
Exactly.
Side. So you could have an entire massive slice of it and feel nothing.
Yeah,
or
that's
close
true.
to nothing. And then you could have one more bite, and then be fucking sent to space.
We should do a video when we're together.
It's a fun roulette to try.
No,
if
we should do
that.
We should do one. We should make 2 batches of brownies, one with laxatives and one with the fucking edibles.
No. Imagine eating and like having both of those. Yeah. So like you're high as fuck, shitting your brains out. That would be the worst experience
cleaning you out, dude. Just cleaning you out while you're just fucking stoned out of your mind, and you just keep getting higher and higher as you keep shitting more and more.
Oh god. That would be terrible. I hate the idea.
That's so funny.
Okay, so yes or no?
So it's don't take it, whatever that one is. So no, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The answer is no. Edibles are popular, but you can't be sure about the potency. They also take longer to digest and produce a high, so people consume more and have a harmful reaction.
Yeah, because it's like weed. Most of the time, you're inhaling it, so it's going through into your bloodstream directly. But when you take an edible, it's got to be.
It takes about an hour.
Well, it goes, and it's like how you drink, like it's going through your liver.
It's metabolized by the liver.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's gonna feel differently, and it'll affect you differently.
There are different ways now. When I went to a dispensary in Colorado, I did experience edibles that were not digested through the liver. They are still edible, so you eat them, but they. Oh man, I can't remember.
It was just dust. It was like Smarties dust, and you snort it.
No, not quite.
You ever do that? Not that you'd ever do that, but like people snort like Crystal Light packets. Like, do you ever have people do that?
Oh God, yeah.
So weird, dude. So funny.
Anyway, question 8. What could tip off? Oh, this one's great. What could tip the cops off to a high driver? 1. A smoke-filled car with its turn signal on for the last 10 miles.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the shit that would happen, dude.
You know, that might tip off a cop.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't really see it, but going 25 in a 55.
No, that's. Oh, maybe, yeah.
I mean, if you're breaking the law, that's yeah, for real. Slower reactions, lane weaving, and decreased coordination.
That one for sure.
And then all of the above, but especially slower reactions, lane weaving, and decreased coordination.
that's obviously the one. Yeah.
Yeah. But I love a smoke-filled car with its turn signal on for the. How does he get a smoke-filled car 10 miles down the road with a cop behind him and with his signal
just
on?
The thought
and
of like
get pulled over yet?
The
cop's just like, man, what's this guy doing?
Yeah, dude. Like the thought of
like,
it, seeing the blinker on, is so funny. Like that on top of seeing a smoke-filled car is fucking awesome. That's so funny.
Yeah. That's so funny. All right, question 9. Delta 9.
Nice.
Your state has okayed marijuana in certain forms. Does that make it legal? Heck yeah, it is. Legal enough, or maybe not.
Wait, what was the question? Like the beginning?
This is actually just like, okay, so this is like where I'm located. I literally don't smoke weed unless I'm in a completely legal state.
He actually flies to Colorado every time he smokes weed, and then he comes back.
Every time. And I also transport my whole house, so this room actually makes it there with me.
He lives in a trailer house, and he actually just drives there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes me like half a second sometimes to just realize I'm there. You know? I'll just forget.
You smoke and you forget you have to drive all the way back later when you sober up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Austin, completely random city in Texas, they have what is it called? Decriminalized marijuana up to 1 ounce.
Okay.
So if you have marijuana under an ounce, which an ounce is a lot of fucking weed, that's usually what you like stock up with.
Yeah.
I'll show you how much that is. I'm just kidding. No, but it's decriminalized up to that. So basically, they'll confiscate weed under that, but they won't charge you with it, arrest you for it, or anything like that. I think they can still technically maybe do some there's some way to get you in trouble for it, or they'll find some.
Maybe they can't give you like a ticket or anything.
Yeah, honestly, they can't directly for smoking weed or anything like that give you a ticket. And because Austin is such like a hippie place, you can smoke weed fucking anywhere here. Like unless you go to, or not here, there. As long as you go to like you're not like in a restaurant or something like that. Like if you're out at like a public park or something like that, and you're not like around kids or anything like that. Like, as long as you're being like appropriate with it, you might get looked at by somebody, but I've never even had somebody even say anything. And I know some people that smoke like just very openly, very publicly.
Okay.
Like people will walk up like after work sometimes and will be toting up a little bit, you know. And they'll be like, "Oh, are you all open or whatever?" And like a lot of time they're chill. Sometimes, not even gonna lie, we'll get tipped with weed.
Really?
Like,
I'm sure.
Yeah, like we'll get like an edible or something like that.
That's funny.
Just because it's So that's kind of like where that's at. So you're like the question again. I'll reread it. Your state has okayed marijuana in certain forms. Does that mean it's legal?
No.
So I guess that means
mean
maybe
legal.
if it's yeah. So there's heck yeah it is legal enough, or maybe not. I'm sure it's gonna be.
It's I think it's maybe not, because it's like, yeah, like you said, it's decriminalized doesn't mean it's legal. Like it's like very much so like a recreational thing, but like you still can't like. It's like it's the little like fine line thing where it's like it's not legal. There's no dispensaries. You know, the government isn't controlling this. They're just not like fining you as much as they used to. Like that's how Minnesota is just legalized marijuana, but it was decriminalized for a while. And Chicago or Illinois, like it's been legal for a while too. So that's you know, those are two different things too. So I don't know. It's definitely the second one.
Yeah, the answer is maybe not. Even though some states are legalizing marijuana, it's only under certain conditions, which can vary, and marijuana remains illegal at the federal level.
Yeah.
So yes, you also have to keep that in mind too. If you're around a government building or anything like that, maybe don't smoke weed because that is a federal. It depends on the government building, I guess technically. But if it's around a federal building or something like that, you can you can. I don't know why the fuck you'd be wanting to smoke a DMV. I mean, actually, if you have to be in a DMV, I want to be smoking.
Yeah, I want to be high. You know, I don't want to be because there's so many steps. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Question 10.
How many questions are there?
More. One more after this.
Perfect.
11. Okay. Question 10. Using marijuana can lower the chance that you will choose one: finish high school, attend college, find success in your career, or get off the couch.
Get off the couch, dude.
Will lower the chance that you will get off the couch?
Yeah. Into couch, dude?
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Trick question, all of the above. Research shows that marijuana can
give me that option.
Marijuana use can lead to worse educational outcomes and lower career achievement, which can lead to reduced life satisfaction.
Yeah.
I mean, I did smoke weed and I did drop out of college, so
that's true.
I cannot.
I smoked weed and I graduated college, and I'm doing more things now that I'm smoking more that I did when I wasn't.
So we contradict each other. So who the fuck knows?
So fuck
honestly,
you. Yeah. It depends on the person, man.
I was smoking weed like late high school too.
Yeah.
So
he's cool, guys. He's so fucking cool.
I'm so fucking cool,
He's
bro.
sick as fuck, dude.
I'm sorry, Doug. Dougie, hi. He's awake. Hello, baby. Good morning.
No, I think it's like it again depends on the person. Like it's gonna be different for everybody. So like if you're someone that's more affected by that kind of stuff and you're already not like a super like go get 'em kind of person and you're kind of lazy already, it's probably gonna be worse for you. It's gonna make you more lazy. But if you're already like, yeah, like I'm doing stuff and I've achieved things and I like to achieve things and I have goals, like unless you lose that side of it, like at least for me, like I have goals and dreams and I'm still, you know, achieving it day by day, you know.
Yeah, that's the weird thing too, is I think that part of it is also like the stigma or the not stigma
balls, dude.
Just the thoughts behind like weed and like, oh, you're gonna be unproductive, you're gonna do this or whatever like that, you know. I know some people that'll be like, I'll smoke weed and then go work out or something like that. It'll
crazy,
be used as a productive thing. So like I can't do it that way. Like I can do it a little bit that way. Like I can smoke and still like kind of like
I feel creative,
through, like doing laundry or something like that.
As artists, dude, look at artists from generations. We'll have to do a part 2 of this episode of like other fun facts and stories and stuff. But like, I mean, for thousands of years, I wouldn't say thousands, but hundreds or at least hundreds of years, artists have been not relying on it, but partaking in marijuana for their art. Like look at like music in the last 50 to like 100 years, you know what I mean? Like people have been doing it more often, especially in the 70s and 80s and 60s and when it was like really popular, you know.
Yeah, the influence of it's definitely
yeah, exactly. So it's like, you know, you can't just put it all into a box. Like, yeah, if you're trying to be like, I don't know, if you're trying to be a doctor, maybe don't do that. But like, you know, if you're an artist or something, like at least for me, like I love listening to music. I love watching movies high.
I just put my toes on the screen. Fuck. Cut. Block it out.
The dogs are out today. That's funny.
I was just like scratching my leg, lifting it up on the desk. And
everyone's gonna go up to the camera when you do that and go
screenshot.
Yeah, start sniffing the screen. All right, we have time for one more question, then we're gonna have to end the episode.
All right. Marijuana IQ quiz. Because marijuana is a natural herb, it doesn't have health risks. Choose one. Please tell me that's true, or face it, natural doesn't mean safe.
Natural doesn't mean safe, man. Some mushrooms are poisonous, man. That's all you got to remember.
Oh, and I eat all of them.
He eats them and then he eats
All right,
laxatives.
you got 11 out of 11.
Yeah. Damn.
Because it makes me go back and redo it, so I don't know why.
What did I get out of 11?
You got 11 out of 11 because it makes me go
Nice,
back
dude.
and like fix them every time I do it. So
Oh,
perfect score. We know everything about weed.
I got the first
and
two.
No one can tell us.
I got
different.
the. We're actually experts, and you should listen to everything we say. I think I only get the first two wrong,
Yeah.
right? The other ones
Yeah,
were
I
like
think
pretty
so.
easy. I don't know.
Here, I'll speed run through the back end of it. Yeah, most of them like started turning really easy. How many people would get addicted? You said 3, so that one you got
Yeah.
wrong.
I said
you
10.
said crop dust. Or no, you said 13.
Crop dust is farting,
For the
right? That's
slang.
funny.
Yeah, that's what that is.
I'm gonna call it now. You guys want to come over and crop dust with me?
Mind if I crop dust with y'all?
Yeah. We should just take a seat and just crop dust. Just walk around and crop dust each other. That doesn't make sense.
I think you got everything else. Like, you got the name of it
Yeah.
and everything, which was hard.
Yeah, my critical thinking is actually up. So fuck you.
All
This
of
quiz.
the above. Now that kid's good. It's not like we're handing him a joint.
Actually changed my mind. That's better. I like that one better.
I know. I actually clicked that on accident because I first thought that.
Initial reaction. This guy's
Let's
fucking
see.
sick. He smokes weed. He's a fucking
All
god.
of the above. Yeah, you got all of these.
Nice, dude. All right. Well, we didn't get to all of our topics we were going to get to today, so we'll definitely do a part 2 of this. This was fun. If you guys want to see like we would maybe do an episode, a private episode of us just doing some of this stuff, or like maybe like in person we'd probably do that, like a private episode on Patreon or something in the future.
Yeah.
Or we might partake in the devil's lettuce, but we're not going to just put that on the actual internet because we're not dumb. So,
well,
but also
we'll see.
I mean, our IQ is lowered by 8 points since the start of this video. So,
Yeah.
this podcast, I should say.
Might as well.
Exactly. But if you guys enjoyed this episode and you want to see part 2, we're going to do it anyways, so it doesn't matter. But let us know if you enjoyed it.
Fuck you.
And check out the other episodes if you haven't, and subscribe and whatever, or don't. Doesn't really matter. But if you do, we'd appreciate it. Anyways,
All right, go have fun. Smoke some weed.
smoke some weed
I'm
for
gonna go
us,
do that.
or
I'm just
don't.
kidding.
But please use
No, you have
marijuana
to. It's
safely and
mandatory.
respectfully, and we will put the number for any sort of information and anything if you need help with drug abuse, because I think that's very important. So, anyways, yeah,
Go abuse some drugs.
That's this week's episode. So we'll see you next week.
Just the opposite.
Peace.
See you.